I'm going to try to make ugali. So I've made ugali in the past, back in the US, and I have like a non-stick pan. So this is my first time making it in the sufuria. Also, it's my first time making it for my boyfriend. So I'm nervous because only Americans have eaten my ugali before, and they don't know really what it's supposed to taste like, so they thought it was fine or whatever. But this is my first time making it for Kenya. Basically, ugali is maize flour, which is this stuff, just like a regular flour made out of corn, and then you add water and you cook it, and you start with the mwiko, which is this like wooden spatula, I guess we would call it back home. But it is, I get nervous because lots of times when Dan makes ugali, he like kind of burns his fingers making it. It's a process. So I'm a little nervous, but I'm also excited to try it for the first time in Kenya. So here we go. So the first thing you do when you make ugali is you pour water into your sufuria, and you kind of measure how much you want. And however much water you have is going to be about how much ugali you're going to have. So I will say ugali is very filling. So for me, I can't eat a lot of it. So it kind of depends. I think for just 2 people, in my mind, this is enough water, but I don't really know if everyone else does that. Maybe they do more water. So I just have to switch on my gas and let it boil. Let the water boil for a couple minutes, however hot. We thought it was disgusting, honestly. The first time I thought it was just like this weird texture and it didn't have much flavor, and it was with sukuma wiki, which is kale for people back home. And honestly, I was over it because when I first moved to Kenya back in 2017, the food gave me a lot of problems, and so I felt like every time I ate ugali and sukuma, I felt sick afterwards, so it was kind of like a negative association. But I will say, after I moved back to the US and I didn't have the access to ugali, I started to realize, oh, I kind of crave it. I kind of want it. And like now, if I don't have ugali every week at least, I am craving it. And I know a lot of Kenyans eat ugali like every day or every other day. That's too much for me. I'm not at that stage in my life yet. I'm still on the 1 time a week. But I will say it really has grown on me. And just like I have comfort food back home, like mac and cheese and lasagna and chili, those are like my comfort foods in the US. My comfort food in Kenya is definitely ugali and sukuma, and sometimes with like a tilapia on top. It's really good. So I think the water is boiling, so we should go over there now. And nothing is measured ever, it's just by eyeballing it. And so you always keep it out because you might need to add some later. And as I'm doing this, I can just hear people saying that I'm doing it wrong. So you take the spatula. I think I need to add more. Guys, I'm learning. But if you add too much unga, then you can go back and add some. Yeah, I definitely need more. You can add more water, flour. You can go back and forth depending on how much you need. Can I get some assistance here? Is this good? Do I need to add more flour?
No, continue first.
Okay.
Until you feel it if it's thick a little bit or it's not.
Okay.
But now you have to.
I need more.
No, I don't think you need more. Just try it first, then you see what makes. If you need to add more or not.
Okay. So it gets really hot, and sufurias are not temperature proof. Like holding it, you need something to hold it, otherwise you will burn your fingers because you have to hold it down. So these are things I know, but the rest of it I'm still pretty apprehensive. Okay, you think we need more still? You see it's starting to pop. How's it look?
Yeah, add more.
Okay.
I mean flour.
Oh, making the hissing noises, it's angry at me. And also, I feel like every time ugali is made, it's a messy process. It's like you get it everywhere. How's it look? Do I need more? Yes, right?
Yeah, I guess you need more.
Right now it's looking more like a porridge, like an uji, than ugali. Because ugali should be really stiff and like a solid, one solid clump issue is it's hot. How do you do this when you cook? I give mad props to people that cook ugali, especially if you go to like a high school or a place where they make big batches of ugali. It's like the sufurias are like giant cauldrons, and you see these chefs or cooks in there just like stirring with these huge spoons. I'm not joking, it's insane. So I think this is hard. I can't imagine how hard it is for them. Do I still need a little bit more?
Yeah, I need a little bit more.
See, you know, learning something, you have to be humble and you have to realize I need help. Because if I was trying to do this without assistance, it might not be the best.
Okay, continue doing the same thing. I think I'm on the right track.
I'm on the right track, so I'm trying to smooth out any pockets of flour, but it's hot, let me tell you. I'm trying to scrape out the balls of flour, because you don't want to be eating ugali and then you get like a clump of flour in your mouth. It's never pleasant. It's a workout.
Yeah, it's exercise still.
Yeah, definitely. You know, that's so nice that like here I don't have to actually work out. I can just live life, and that's a workout in itself. Like in my washing clothes video, I tell you how hard it is. This is also one of those things you're like, whew, you need to take a rest after this. So ugali is a staple food here in Kenya, and it's often eaten with, I was telling you, like kale or like some sort of stew. Some people eat it with like a lentil stew, which they call green grams, I think. I call them lentils.
And beans.
Oh yeah, and beans, like black beans.
Also, you can eat it with the chai.
You could.
Yeah. And
Sometimes.
And milk also.
Sometimes if there's like leftover. This is really hot. Is this okay?
Yeah, it should be a little bit. Not hard, soft, not soft.
No, it's hot.
Yeah. Oh, it's hot. Okay.
I think I like it better
Guys,
when you cook it.
let's go for a break a little bit. We are coming back because this thing is getting hot.
Yes. Dan did come and rescue me. I'm not going to deny that fact. He came in and helped me stir it out a bit because it was getting really hot for my fingers. But it seems like it's getting kind of to be a big ball of fluff, basically. Some people might flip it and then like cook the other side to get it crispy on both sides, which is nice, gives like a nice skin. But I'm kind of afraid to burn myself, so like I said, I've seen Dan burn his fingers multiple times making ugali, so I might just leave that like that. But I think it's okay.
Are you sure?
I think so. I'm afraid to flip it. He flips it in his hand, guys. I don't know. So strong, so tough. So the thing about a sufuria, cooking ugali in a sufuria, is that it is going to be the worst to clean because all of that flour is just like cooked onto the sufuria itself. So here's a fun tip. You have to wait and let it soak for hours. Just so you know. I don't know. I'm kind of nervous because I don't know when to know that it's done. And I don't want to burn it because burnt ugali is really bad.
For that's what we do, but not often, but most of the time people what they do, they'll stick it on the wall. You hit the wall with ugali. If it sticks there, it's not yet ready.
So you just take a little clump.
Yeah, but if it falls down, that means it's ready. So do you want to do that? Or
Sure.
What do you think? Let me see how you do it.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, just
I never knew that.
don't stick that, hit the wall. No, use
What do you mean?
a little bit harder. Just do
Okay,
it.
so I'm gonna like baseball throw it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, that means it's okay now.
Okay.
It's ready now.
I think that's the same thing for pasta. I've heard that if you throw pasta at the wall, like spaghetti, if it sticks.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've never had that.
So that I guess that's true for ugali as well. I don't know. It just bounced off.
Yeah, that means this ugali is ready.
So we're going to taste it once it cools down a bit. Oh, it should be stiff and kind of bouncy. And yeah, so here it is. It's still really hot. Okay, I'll just say while it's cooling down a bit because I'm going to try it and see how it is, and then I'm going to have Dan try it. The biggest test, even though he did help me with it, I will say I also like to eat ugali with some honey drizzled on top. It's like a little breakfasty best, I'm telling you, is with sukuma wiki. So,
Go and taste.
it's hot. I'm afraid it's gonna be too hot to eat. It's really soft. The flavor, it's hard to describe ugali flavor because at first, like I said, I didn't think it had much flavor, but it does. It's kind of like, it's like corn, but not like the corn that we think of back home. But I will say, if you burn ugali, it smells like burnt popcorn because it comes from the same plant. So that's something. But now is the biggest test is for Dan to try. Are you ready to try it?
Yeah, I'm ready to try, but do you want I should try it just here or later? What do you think?
I think you should try it
Okay, let's see.
now. Okay. Tell the camera. I mean, they can't see it, but tell the camera how it is. Is it nice?
Wow. And did I made this or you did?
It was a team effort. We did it together. Is it good?
Yeah, it tastes nice.
Great. Okay, so that is my attempt at cooking ugali, and I'm sure a lot of you guys out there that are Kenyan are laughing at this because, you know, I tried, right? That's the best I can do. But I am thinking of making other Kenyan foods and trying them. Like, I need to make githeri sometimes, even though it's not my favorite. I know it can be good, especially with butternut. If you add butternut to githeri, it is really good. So,
I'm good on that.
yeah, Dan is the githeri king, in my eyes anyway. His githeri tastes really good. So that might be something I make in the future. So if you find this video interesting, you can subscribe, like, comment, whatever, all that stuff. So we'll keep making videos to show you what it's like living in Kenya.